There's Something in the Room with Me. Written by EllanorKennedy14. Performed by Samy Caridad.
A woman I did not know left me in this room that I did not like, in this building that I was not allowed to leave. The farewell that fell from her lips was a lie. Stay here, I'll be right back. I was left alone. I used to hate being left alone. Now, I preferred it. I could trust no one here except myself. The only voice I knew speaking the truth was my own. The only hands that were gentle against my skin were mine. But sometimes, as with this night, I was reminded of my girlhood fear of being left alone, of boogeymen hiding under beds or in closets, of sharp-toothed animals that stalked and growled from the shadows, of unfriendly eyes watching me and unkind tongues speaking to me in tones just out of earshot. Something was wrong. There was something in this room with me. The woman left me alone with it. I sat up in bed. I glanced at the other bed and the other woman sharing my hell with me. She was quiet and unaware. She would be useless. I could tell by her vacant eyes and open, hanging mouth. I had to get out of bed. I had to get out of this room. I had to get out of this place. My frail legs with spider webs of blue veins slipped out under the covers. My gnarled toes. I hadn't known my toes were gnarled. When did they get that way? What did they do to me that gnarled my toes? Pressed against the shabby gray carpeting, I untangled my scarecrow body from the rest of the covers and was free from one confinement. Quiet. Must be quiet, I thought. Noise would alert my roommate, and I would wake whatever else was in the room. What was it, exactly? I had already forgotten. I shuffled across the floor and along the edge of the other occupant's bed. I clutched my thin robe tighter at my neck. I approached the door. It had a mirror attached to its back. I saw the reflection of a figure that couldn't be me reaching for the door handle. That must be who I was running from. Stealth be damned, I would get out now. The hinges creaked and the door gaped open. An alarm went off. It was an incessant, almost polite buzz. A red light flashed in the wall directly to the right of the door frame. They were careful, these bastards. I thought I was running, but people with rough hands and soft voices were at my side so quickly that I must have been moving very slowly. They whispered more lies in my ear. Careful, Miss Egan. Why don't you go back to your room? It's nice in there. Then the strange woman from before appeared. She had come back after all. She hovered at the edge of the ring of people surrounding me. I shouted staccato no's at them. I shouted at her. Then, when people around me were addressing her instead of me, their words, dementia, happening more, medication, agitation, violence, slid off me like water on a duck's back and landed with a wet smack at the woman's feet. The strange woman ignored them. She was ignoring them like I was ignoring them, and she was addressing me, but I still ignored her. I was too smart for her. In the midst of fighting and shouting and writhing, two of her words briefly sunk in for me. They forced themselves to the front of my mind and demanded my attention. Please, Mom. And then I forgot them, like I had so many times before.
This was There's Something in the Room with Me, written by EllanorKennedy14 and performed by Samy Caridad. If you liked the story, you can check out other episodes or more work by Eleanor Kennedy linked in the description. She's currently editing her popular work, The Gifts of Mortality, on Wattpad. This week's prompt was, "Stay here, I'll be right back." See link in the description.